We are currently in the 3 weeks of national mourning for the Jewish community, leading to the events of Tisha Bav, which is a 25-hour fast day and the most serious and most saddest day of the Jewish calendar. We know that in order to prepare for such a day, it can't just happen. We always have to build down towards it. And thus, in an inverse to what Shiva is all about, we have the preparation for Tisha Bav, where we go from a fast day, which is called the 17th of Tammuz, to slowly becoming sadder and sadder. During the 3 weeks, the tradition amongst many Ashkenazi Jews is not to shave. Allow the hair to grow on your face. That's when you wake up in the morning, you're feeling a little bit itchy. When you stare in the mirror, when people look at you, they go, "What is going on? Why do you have this growth on your face?" And you can remember every single day that it's because of the destruction of the temple. We don't listen to music during this time, which can be really hard, especially in our time with our kids who like to have the background noise of the music being played constantly. Again, it is a reminder that things aren't great, that there's something missing in our lives, and that is the temple. During the course of the year, we don't even think about it. Life just continues. So at least during these 3 weeks, it gives us a chance to pause, to think, reflect, and to remember. Our rabbis tell us something very interesting. They say if the generation has not merited to see the construction of the temple, it means that the sin is still prevalent in our lives. And that's the challenge we have to ask ourselves this year is, what are we doing to build the house for Hashem, build the house for God? We all know that if you walk into a space where there is antagonism, where there is disrespect, where there is fighting, you just don't want to be in that space anymore. And this is beautifully described in the terms of a wedding. The Hebrew word for a man is ish. The Hebrew word for a woman is isha. Both of them share a common letter, or common letters, aleph and a shin. The difference is that in the middle of the aleph and the shin for a man, there's a little letter yud. And in the ayah for isha, there's a letter hey at the end. When we take the two letters together, it forms the word yud hey, which is one of the names of God. And thus God is symbolically telling us that if you have a harmonious relationship between husband and wife, the ish and the isha, Hashem wants to dwell within that space. And we know when we see a harmonious wedding, a harmonious marriage, there's shalom bayit, there's peace in the home, we can actually sense and feel the presence of God blessing the abode. However, if there is strife, if there's disrespect, if there's lack of respect, if there's arguments between the couple, there's tension, there's anger, Hashem says, I don't want to be here anymore. I'm not comfortable being here. And the letters yud, hey, fly away, leaving just the aleph and the shin, which forms the Hebrew word aish, which means fire, the fire of destruction. If you ever spend time reading the Bible, particularly the book of Ezekiel, one sees something fascinating, that as the book descends to the destruction of the temple, we see God's presence leaving the sanctuary to the outer gate, to the outer walls, to the outer Jerusalem, and even to the mountain as it leaves. God doesn't want to be in the sanctuary anymore because of the vile behavior of the people. I can't tolerate to be here, says Hashem. I am leaving. And thus the temple will ultimately be destroyed. So the question and the challenge that we all have to ask ourselves is, what are we doing to rebuild the space for Hashem? What are we doing to create the Bayit Ne'eman b'Yisrael, a true house of Israel? Not just in our own homes, but a place where God says, I want to be associated with this people again. I want to be associated with this place again. I want to restore myself to this holy place of Jerusalem. And that is the ultimate challenge. Our rabbis tell us that the temple was destroyed because something called Sinchat Chinam, hatred for another person. We read about it in Josephus and in the Talmud description of the destruction of the temple, that there were so many factions that were constantly fighting with each other, and no respect. It caused the destruction. We killed ourselves from the inside before the Romans actually dealt the death blow from the outside. As we lead up to Tisha Bav, we have to ask ourselves this question: What am I doing to create the space for Hashem to dwell in my life, in our lives, in our community? And if we cannot answer that question, then we have to realize that the sin that caused this destruction is still prevalent within our community. When you read through the history and we read through Josephus, we see there were different factions. There was the group that wanted to side with the Romans. There was side that wanted to make peace with the Romans. There were those who wanted to fight the Romans. And instead of coming to some sort of consensus, each one said that their position was the only position. And they ended up burning the storehouses, fighting with each other, and murdering each other. Has things changed? Or are we still doing the same thing? Are we able to tolerate the voice of the other? Can we even listen to the voice of someone who disagrees with us, who has a different position from us? And if they do, will we still respect them afterwards? That is the challenge of these 3 weeks. Sinchat Chinam literally means a hatred for no reason. It is Chinam, because when we analyze it, why do I hate this person? Because of an idea of their ideology, because they have a different perspective than me? Can I not find the words can I not find it in my heart for them to have space within my own life? And if I can't, then really the sin remains and we have so much more work to do. So as I walk around and you see me with the beard and you see, and I'm scratching because it is itchy, I realize that it's because that there's something wrong. We as a community have still not done enough to restore love amongst our fellow. So let us work on ahavat chinam, loving another for the fact that they are just in our lives, in our presence. Respect them even if we can't agree with them. That is how we build the world. That's how we build the bricks to restore Yerushalayim. And may we be able to celebrate together b'mheira b'yameinu in Yerushalayim habnuya, full Jerusalem, filled with mutual respect, love, that the Yud and the Hey, Hashem's presence, can be restored, can return, and dwell amongst us. Hi, this is Rabbi Lewin. If you've enjoyed the content of the sermons and the ideas that have been expressed in the YouTube video, please hit that first subscription button and notification bell, and share the videos with friends. We'd love to grow the channel and love to engage with you. Please share your comments in the section below. I'd love to hear from you. Have an amazing day.